It's the Florida licensing requirements. So all my Florida people, come on in, come on. Let me know you're here. Say what's up. If you're watching this later, then say replay. Yeah, let's get you licensed. I mean, it's 2020 and it's time to put the excuses behind you. So get your license if that's what you feel like you're supposed to do. Like, if you don't feel like this is for you, then, cool. But if you are like, you know what, I'm supposed to be a licensed dealer, this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life, this is my next step, then let's get it done. And here is some help to get you there. Okay, so let me pull up my notes on the requirements because since I'm not in Florida, I have to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. So I'm Shamel, and I created the Auto Dealer Business School to help dealers to make six figures easily with their budget and give them the education they need to be successful and create generational wealth and all those great things that you feel like come with owning your own business. All right, so in Florida, you have a couple of different licensing types. I'm going to talk about franchise dealers because I do get this question sometimes. And franchise dealers they're your dealers who work with the manufacturers. So like those are your Honda dealers, your Hyundai dealers, anybody who has like Chevrolet behind their name, things like that. So the franchise dealer world is very different than independent dealer world. So you are looking for an independent dealer license or a wholesale dealer license. Now, my personal opinion is I don't recommend the wholesale dealer license. I think I think eventually you're going to want to sell to the public, and that's not what you're able to do with a wholesale license, okay? But with the other license, you can wholesale and you can sell to the public. So I always like the license that gives me the most options, especially if I might change my mind later. All right, so then you pick your licensing type. You need a license if you want to sell 3 or more motor vehicles within a period of 12 months in Florida. Now, do you need a lot? It says that you need an office and a display space, which i.e. is a lot. Okay, I'm going to attach the page that talks about the display space requirements and the office requirements, okay? I do want you to know though, if you ever have any questions about a location you pick, you can call the people who govern the auto dealer license in your state. Like, it's not this system where, they're mean and they're unhelpful and they, want to see you fail. They actually want to make sure you have what you need. So if you're looking at a space and you're not sure if it's a good space, you can schedule an inspection. You can do some things to make sure that this space meets the requirements, all right? And if you need help finding a space, I found my space on Craigslist, commercial real estate. I just typed in auto dealer and all these places that accepted auto dealers came up. Of course, you have to make sure the zoning is correct and all those things for your license. But yeah, just find you a real estate commercial kind of space, or you can work with a real estate attorney who specializes in commercial states, okay? So for the people who are like, yeah, it's hard to find a location, get some help then. Get your commercial real estate attorney to help you out. The other thing that I want to say about the space, what was it? Oh, so here in Florida, or not here in Florida, but in Florida, it must be a permanent structure, okay? So usually that refers to like mobile homes. And I know that there's like a process that you can go through to make a mobile home a permanent structure. But whatever that process is, just make sure it's permanent structure, okay? Let me know if you have any questions and let me know who is watching. All right, so then next is your surety bond. A surety bond, the best way I explain it is it's insurance for the public. So if you do something that causes harm to a customer, meaning you sell them a car without a title, that's most common, or you take money from them without giving them a car with the title. You know, these are kind of issues that come up with bonds. Then the state has to make sure there's a way to remedy that for the customer. So the customer can file a claim and get the and get like a payment so that they can have less of an impact from what happened between you and them. Okay, that's what the surety bond is there for. It's an insurance policy for the public is my description. Okay, so just so you know. So you here in Florida, you need $25,000 surety bond, which when I see those numbers, I don't really focus on those numbers because you're only paying a percentage of the surety bond anyway, and it depends on your credit. All right. So you want to, for the best surety bond quotes, your credit should be 680 or higher. All right. Anything under that, your surety bond may be more expensive. That's not saying that you won't be able to get one. That's just saying you might pay more of the percentage of the bond to get one. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and bump your credit score up a little bit before you apply, that's probably a good idea. All right. So then you're also required to complete a pre-licensing dealer training course. The application fee is $300 and you need liability insurance, and I'll include the link to all the specifics on what the liability insurance needs to be. And then there are kind of the regular, I call them the regular requirements per state, because I've seen most, if not all states require these things, which are your fingerprints for your background check. Also, if you are incorporated, they require the incorporation papers and or business registration, what they call it. And what's the other thing? Oh, there was no mention of a salesman license. So it doesn't look like you have to go through a salesman's license process. So that looks to be about it for the licensing requirements. If there was something I missed, something I did not cover, and you're wondering about, just pop your question in the comments below. And then, of course, I totally believe since you can get educated nowadays, then you should be educated on how to be profitable. The pre-licensing seminar, in my opinion, tells you a lot about how to be compliant, which of course, that's their responsibility. They can't have you out here in these streets selling cars and you don't know what's right and wrong, right? But their responsibility is not to make you profitable. I came into this space with the responsibility of making you profitable, okay? So since there is support for your profit, you should definitely get support for your profit. So get a mentor. And if you want information on how to get a mentor, then schedule a strategy session, or how to start mentoring. Schedule a strategy session with me, and I'll put that also in the comments. Any questions, then put them in the comments and I will talk to you soon. And there is one more thing about Florida requirements that I wanted to say, which is a lot of people ask, can you have your business space in a residence? No, not in Florida. All right, let me know your questions. Bye.